Welcome back to another Guide Fire video of Doki Doki Literature Club. This time, it is 10:45 p.m., not 3 a.m., so I have a little bit more energy, and I'm ready. It's been a couple more days once again, and I don't know who the fuck I possibly... Sayori. Like, what the hell do you mean? About what happened earlier.
What do you mean?
Threw in cough again. You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often?
No.
What's great too is I have to make sure the audio is decent too every freaking time we're doing this on this wonderful
Pull it down
game.
a little bit. Pull this one down a little bit.
Turn what down a little bit?
No, just pull the screen down a little bit. So
I will. You just gotta let me just text the audios. Just read a couple of things.
just the screen.
Just read a couple things.
That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful. I found Yeah.
I'm doing good today, I feel like.
You gave all your... You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. Okay, the audio's fine. We're recording too. Lord. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you.
Phew. You know, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club.
It's nice and naked to spend time with you in the club.
But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too.
That's...
Every day is going to be so much fun.
Sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself. What the fuck are you doing with this? I say that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an intentional monologue sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. I don't fucking know who that was.
You.
It was.
You're not that happy.
Oh, we're doing a different poem. I'll go first. Bunny!
Boop.
Disoriented.
Rainbow.
Climax.
Raindrops.
Incongruent. I feel like my voice is very lubed today. So,
Ooh.
yeah, I can really speak well. Defeat.
Less.
Nice one. Melancholy.
Vibrant.
Suicide. What the fuck?
Happiness.
Unrestrained.
Daydream.
Unending.
Peaceful.
Wait, who are you trying to write this poem for? I'm just kind of just
know.
picking things. Well, she's depressed.
Very.
She's my flamboyant alter self. And then Sayori is like the fun, happy feather person.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you want to try to impress from here on out? Do you have anyone?
I don't know.
Who do you like? Who do you want to try to impress?
I
maybe?
feel like in the end it's supposed to be Sayori, but
Love.
I like yours.
No. Milky's. Oh, this one's yours.
Horror.
That bass was bumping. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the dungeon, the usual scene greets me. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today, bitch. I blew bubbles inside my mouth.
I need to know that. I'm just still not used to being even in the club, that's all.
I'm in the club, I see, and that's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always a simple thing with you. Anyway.
Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack?
No thanks.
That's not like you at all.
I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori?
Why that? All of a sudden?
No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then, she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori.
That's not fair. How'd you even know that?
It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a stack before coming to the club room. So either you're a broke-ass bitch, not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry, and so that only leaves the one option. Wah! You gotta do like
I give up.
a Mario Luigi.
Don't make me feel guilty.
If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. God, shit, I'm on one today. You're Yuri, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always.
I wasn't listening or anything. I was just something in my book. Yuri. I'm up. Tell you to let me borrow something. Money.
Something?
Something. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford, and frankly, after
Yeah.
pulling a
Like a
mischievous
car.
little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough. Retribution was tough. Did you? I just I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book.
Ooh.
I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think like that.
You were right then.
I did something bad and now I have to accept the revolution.
What the hell?
Retribution? That. So, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside of us, isn't there?
Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys that she was bringing me to the club before she even told me.
But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them.
Come on, give me some cred. Give me more cred than that, Sayori.
What is that?
Who did a slap?
Yeah. We're doing
Hi-ya! And out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles on the desk.
Ow, that was a cookie?
Sure enough, feel the giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around.
Is this a miracle? Because I paid my restitution.
Retribution.
Actually, that one almost worked. That's not me.
I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes, and it was totally worth seeing your reaction, though.
Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy.
Sayori hugs a cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite.
So good. Okay.
Oh, Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth.
I bit my tongue.
You're going through a lot over just one. You're going through all over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie.
Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it?
Jeez, beggars can't be choosers.
But yours is chocolate.
Yeah, what do you think I gave you that one?
Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me.
Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Hey, did you seriously just do that? Wrathful Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, they're just like kids sometimes. Monica can't even say it's totally already. Natsuki glances around. Monica is in the club room. Where's Monica anyway?
Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me.
Yeah, I haven't either. Either.
That's a bit unusual.
Either.
I hope she's okay.
Of course she's okay. She's probably just has something to do today. She's pretty popular after all.
You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true.
Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Is this me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm super late. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything.
Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed.
Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Ah, well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You wouldn't have heard the bell ring, at least. I must have. I gotta. I must have not heard it since I was practicing piano. You gotta say it the right way.
No. I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica.
I don't really. I just kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano.
That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica.
That's, Monica looks at me. Maybe one day I get a little bit better, I will.
Yay.
That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? Well, in that case, I won't let you down, Gibby. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. I really love the chance, sure, once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks! So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone already has settled down. Sayori's somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back in her book and Natsuki disappeared in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she's lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap! I think she knows me looking at her. She sneaks under glance at me. Her eyes meet for a split second. Well, I slurs in that one. But that way makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter something. I mutter this. Since I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book you gave me, right?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean...
This music is bumping in my ear. Okay. Didn't change anything to us, but change something maybe to them.
I just happened to buy two of them.
Welcome. Ah, let's see. There's something fairly obvious here that you isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. We'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down.
That's what she said.
It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about anyway?
Well...
Oh, she goes on a damn rant here. Don't do it. Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
Alright.
Oh, no.
I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister, but as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison,
Yeah,
and while
keep
her life is
going.
His life is in danger. She needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story. This dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri Joanne giggles all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Kippy?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kind of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forget that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be so completely different.
It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a new, strange perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have left their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in.
I fucking hate her rants.
Then
So
suddenly,
much.
when you thought you related to the protagonist,
So much.
they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I?
Yes.
Not again. I'm sorry.
I apologize. I will also do it then.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem.
Oh,
When I let things
shit.
like books and writing fill my thoughts,
Oh, that's not what I thought she was
I
talking about.
kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. It just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. I had a girlfriend like this in high school. It's fun to talk about this. Hope she's somehow watching this. 5 years from now, when we're really popular. She would not stop talking, usually. There was like
Ever?
no. Like, even like my like parents back in high school was like, wow, she really can talk a lot. Like, she would always find something, and I got used to that. And then later down the road, like when I had like a different girlfriend, they didn't talk so much. I'm like, is something wrong? Like, I was so used to this. There's being just a constant mosquito in the air, just buzzing, and there's a sound. So I was like, oh, that's normal. She's having a good time. And I learned that that's not normal. So she's like this. She's stop.
Well, no, she's different. She is like, this is like when she
Yeah,
gets
she
into
was
something that
different.
she's really passionate about something, and so she gets really into like her own brain and her own thoughts and stuff. Like that's
No.
when I'm very quiet most of the time, but like I can ramble on about things that I know
She
a lot about or
wasn't
something
passionate.
like that.
She
Because
just
this
rambled.
character is quiet.
Yeah, she just
And
rambled.
that's the whole thing. But she's
She wasn't passionate about anything. She was like passionate about every single thing she talked
that's
about.
what I'm saying, the difference. But she's not just talking all the time. She's rambling about something that's a lot about and is passionate.
In
about
fact,
her.
might as well get started reading it, right? It's just terrible.
You don't have to.
What were you saying just a moment ago? You said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. We'll get through the book that I had to put in my bag. All right, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slipped into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
Open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulders as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not the only one looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from the book instead.
Sorry. It was just...
Yuri, you're really apologizing a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I'll set my desk up until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of us. Wow.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders almost touching. It feels like my left arm is the other way, so instead, I use my right hand to open the book. I really trying to make something. That's not you.
You know.
Are you gasping because you're just inclined? Like, wow,
Yeah.
what's happening? I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Oh my god, look at this view. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. This view. I do the same with my right arm on the rest of the book. That way I turn the page, Yuri slides it out of the thumb, flips to her side. But it only, like this. We're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face. She's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
Oh,
Turn the page.
Oh, this is sorry. I think I got a little bit distracted for a second. I'm going to over Yuri's face again. Our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? And I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah, thanks. We continue to read. Yuri no longer asks if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that I just assumed that she finished the page before me, so I turned it on my own violation. Violation?
Violation. Sure.
Violation? Volition? We continue our first chapter in silence, even though turning each page almost feels like an immediate exchange. My thumb gently.
Immediate.
Intimate? Was that the word? I'm trying to scan this very quickly, and it's kind of difficult sometimes. My thumb gently letting go on the page, letting it flutter over to her as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of resembles me. Kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
You remain silent for a moment.
But could be. That's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her.
Oh,
That's so
no.
embarrassing that you think that.
Oh, no. Wait. I mean, in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing.
Mm.
I guess I more meant it like it's kind of cute.
What are you saying all of a sudden?
Are they just like gonna make out or something in a second? Or okay, everyone. Oh my god. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Your exhales spreads? How the hell did I even get that word? Your exhales. Spread from fishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this.
It's not. It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do more reading tonight, or would you prefer if I read with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either
Oh
way.
my god, just say you like him. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning.
Oh, yes,
In that
it's so
case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
burning inside. Alright.
Sounds like it.
I stand up. I'm thinking I don't know where I left it on the book and slip it back into my bag. Who should I show my poem to first? Sayori.
Oh, this one, Kimmy.
I really can't hear you right now. I hear you through this. That was like in me over there.
It has some nice feelings in it.
I'm glad. Still, though, your tone makes it seem like you like yesterday's poem better.
I guess you caught me. Sometimes you know me a little too well for my own good.
Well, don't just try to be nice about it. If I'm doing a bad job, then I'd rather just hear it.
No. I still like this one, I promise. You know I wouldn't lie to you, Kippy. Never ever.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, yesterday's poem so great compared to this one, then.
Well, I'm not very good at figuring out poems, if poems are good or bad, but that's just why I go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem.
I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I'm just conveying feelings is a pretty important part of the whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place.
Yeah, me neither.
Why don't you at least try giving it some thought?
You just want to write something for me? That's so sweet.
Yeah, right, but you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point.
Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind.
Well, whatever.
Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right?
Yeah, sad.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Oh.
Bittersweet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mine was better.
I like things that are happy and things that are sad.
Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori.
Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. And make it a nice, happy rainbow.
Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic.
Is it? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Skippy. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay?
Oh my god. Who wants to read this, me or you?
I'll do this.
There's a mic. It's all you.
Bottles.
Oh,
That's hard to read. Pop off my.
You're doing great. You're absolutely killing it.
Just the first line. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts and bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day.
She's getting hammered.
Night after night, more dreams.
Oh.
Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping.
Whoop.
I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Not creepy. Finally, all done. I open up and in come my friends. Did they come in such a hurry? Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who weren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something, but all I hear is inside.
Oh, that's holy shit, Sayori, did you really write this?
Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever?
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you.
Monica taught me a whole lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently.
I see that. It's almost kind of creepy.
Creepy?
Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it.
Oh, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic.
You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? Hope you keep it up.
Yeah. Writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die.
Don't get ahead of yourself. So you always has a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it in no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in your eyes makes it so hard for me to be pessimistic. I'll go next. Hi again. Fuck, it's both of me. Hi again, Nicole. How's the writing going? Kippy? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad, I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I got a poem to Monica. Alright, great job, Nicole. Kippy, shit. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know, that hero likes is kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imaginary symbolism. Unlike Sayori, he likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or by letting them deeply analyze all the nuisances it can take years of practice. I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. Sure, I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. Just do your own thing. I'm really getting into this. Just keep exploring it. Or, by the way, try new things. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like
You sound creepy.
I like the way this one turned out. So I hope you do too. All right, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, and endless. Cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise that won't stop, violent. Grading waveforms, speaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a violin on a piece of crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Even more abstract than your last one. I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No one ever said that shit. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on that paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question there, young grasshopper. A poem can be abstract, a physical expression of a feeling or a conversation with a reader, so putting it that way, not every poem is about something anyway. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know what might change your mind or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. The lot out of me. Who shall I show my poem to you next? I've got to. Shit. I got confused. It's not really worse than the last one, but I really can't say anything better either. Few. What's you want? Well, anything that isn't train wreck, I'll take as a win. And I get your feeling. You're probably the most critical. Hey. What makes you wait? Hey, that's a compliment. Glad to see someone's recognized my experience. Well, then keep practicing. Maybe be good as me someday. That's then it tells me that you completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's phone from yesterday. You think so? Yeah. Well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. You never really struck me as our type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden. Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. That's a little unnecessary. But think of it as this way: if it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we each take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess this is supposed to show my poem here. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg real bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I would always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. Doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. Doesn't matter if she keeps it private. Doesn't matter if she's going to hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. It was better off without spider lovers, and I'm going to tell everyone. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Actually, this was a bit short. I was just warming up. Hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with some much similar analogies, and it helps people really realize how stupid they're being. Like, even when they're good with the subject, the poem is an ignorant jerk. You know people like that. Of course, it's about how everyone thinks that it could be about anything, or to be so easy to relatable to. A lot of reading. I don't read this much on a daily basis. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Sometimes that you're afraid of people. I feel like it. Something that you're afraid of if people find out, they'll make fun of you or think less of you. But they just make people stupid. Who cares what people think as long as you're not hurting anyone? And if it makes them happy, I think people really need to learn to respect others liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. And I'm sure a lot of other people can too. So I can do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. I like conveying emotions. I feel like I'm conveying emotions to the person, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. Who's my poem to do next? Yuri!
Let's see what you've written for today.
Here sits the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it?
Could be. How did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing.
Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try to give it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. If your hands appear sweaty.
I'm not used to this.
That was a bad swallow. I could do better. You just used to what?
You don't swallow better.
I could swallow better than that.
I don't know.
It's fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. Whether Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her.
Yeah.
Please don't go on a rant.
Just being appreciated like this, I guess.
Okay.
It probably sounds really stupid.
Okay.
Her talk.
I don't like her talking.
But being someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy.
Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it.
I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me.
Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh? Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today?
Yeah, I do. If it's with you.
Oh, good. I'm glad I don't have to read this gibberish.
The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of the raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies in an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of my bread. My subconscious, well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. Stop moving. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity.
My hungry
The bread, my hungry curiosity.
I didn't mean to click that one.
The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase, and I can't read this, and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. Raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. And perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon had...
Raccoon! A piano!
The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. This rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and I feed myself again. I was a little more darting with this one than yesterday.
You were darting?
Yeah.
I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about.
That's right. That's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them.
Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean.
Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way that it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. That's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them.
Huh, that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? About... What was that? Oh, my audio just... Oh. There we go. About something being ridiculed for a strange interest? Interest?
She did?
Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anyone.
She's right.
Anybody.
I mean, does she really feel that way?
Was she a copywriter? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common.
That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobby. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that.
I don't think I like Yuri.
I do. Why?
Don't worry, I have no reason to. She's
Okay.
over the top, and she's so fidgety. She's not
not.
straightforward. She won't tell me
Oh,
anything.
Thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener.
Yeah, she's quirky.
She's like
so is
me
everyone
in
else.
6th grade, except I didn't read.
Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit in the front of the room. Is it about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. I can't believe I actually read like that far into it. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members.
That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Excuse me.
Don't worry so much. Oh, don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We don't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but it doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Oh, sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing?
Monica.
Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event, but it's cool part is we're all going to let everyone else come up with and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori's been coloring the poster as for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting these posters up yesterday, did you? Well, yeah, well, it did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea. It's time for this, you know? There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that.
I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that.
Imagine it. Yuri shakes her head in fear.
Guys!
No, Sayori, I understand where you're coming from. I remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. Yes, I kind of overlooked that, and I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. And if we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about.
Yeah. It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun.
That's right, and it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find some feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do, and if it all takes to stand in front of the room for 2 minutes and recite a poem, then I know you can do it, by God. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but looks like Natsuki doesn't have any more arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get over with.
Alright.
Phew. Well, thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? You're dejectedly glanced around everyone's expectant faces.
I guess I don't really have a choice.
You always have a choice in life.
Huh? That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me.
Oh, gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way!
Monica, this is too sudden.
Well, if you can't recite your poems in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers?
Oh, no.
Don't worry, I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable.
Can I go next?
Of course you can. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then sends by the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each of the lines she recites, bringing the words to life. Like my voice isn't really there for it. Is this something she's done before? Or is this she's simply a natural? And looks around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sarah looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes her recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles.
That was so good, Monica.
Thank you very much. It's just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready for yours next, Sayori?
I'll go next.
What?
Thanks. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden.
Am I Sayori?
No.
Who am I? Yuri clutches the sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over the podium.
This poem is called...
That was me.
What was it?
That was who?
This is you.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Yuri, this right here is.
Yes.
This isn't me.
I know.
I don't have purple hair. You're anxiously going to each of us.
You can do it, Yuri.
You can do it, Yuri.
It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye.
God, I want to jump off a building right now. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like the what happened to Yuri gets his word into her books. Her quivering words transformed into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns, and is structured that she enunciates with perfect timing. It's supposed to be rare glimpses of the whirling of fire Yuri keeps concealed inside of her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her face. She's being older and stuff, even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the person to start applauding. Everyone joins in me afterwards. We all give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that she didn't want to pause for herself, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds a poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count.
Okay, I guess I'm next in.
Yuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks up to the podium.
This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled.
Sayori.
It's a lot harder than I thought.
That's what she said.
How did you guys do it so easily?
I'm trying to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting to yourself, like from a mirror in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way.
I see. Okay then.
Sir, because her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's sincere and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. What did I mess up now?
Said serene.
Sincere.
Serene.
But hearing it came from Sayori's voice also gives me a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud.
I did it.
Good job, Sayori.
Even Kippy liked it. I guess that's a good sign.
What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery.
I don't really understand.
In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of a general delivery wouldn't work as well. It might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading.
Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone.
Then next, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know.
Okay.
Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Kippy. It's not that I can compare to you guys anyway. I might as well let Kippy lower everyone's standards just a little before I have to do it.
Natsuki.
What a bitch. It's fine. I might as well get over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, make me feel terribly awkward. It's not my poem. I'm not exactly confident in my own writing. It's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that will improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. It leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat, makes her way onto the podium. This poem is called, looking at me because you're presenting. Anyway, this poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthusiastic, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they're bouncing up and down, as if it's giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. Wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. That was a mix of both right there. You better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put it on whatever face I want to for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing.
Well, that's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me.
Well, that's just how it goes, so, well, I guess in that case you won't have much worry about this for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope you all have an idea of what's ahead like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get through practice before your festival, okay? I skipped like 7 words just said. We'll be making pamphlets, so just let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't matter to be your own. Is that to be your own? I've already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for this club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish playing tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day.
I can't wait. I can do this.
Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori?
Yep.
Look, you two always go home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys, don't make such a big deal out of it.
It must be a little nice, though.
Well, I'm supposed to respond to that?
It's okay, Kubi. You don't have to say it.
Whatever, let's go already. Welcome with Sayori once more. Oh, zippity doo all day. Oh. 53 minutes? God, it's sad that I feel like I was like 20 or 30. Holy shit. Thank you.
An actual club would be less time.
Yeah. Alright, thanks again for whoever made it past all that and who is enjoying this. We really do appreciate you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So thank you guys for watching this video. And if you liked it, you can like it. If you want to share it, then go share it. And subscribe if you want to subscribe. But if not, you're beautiful. Have a good night. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. The next episode of this. Bye. You can say bye, Nicole.
Bye.
Bye.